What's up, Planeswalkers? It's your boy K-Dog. Another fun video for you guys. This one we're looking at the FNM Artisan event. And we got a nice Izzet Prowess list. I love me some Prowess style decks. And so the main build around here is Sprite Dragon, or Dorat, the perfect pet. It's a 1/1 flyer with haste for blue and red. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Sprite Dragon. So we're about just playing creatures that benefit from casting non-creature spells, and playing a bunch of non-creature spells to trigger those, and swinging for massive points of damage. So all of our creatures here are flyers. So just to the Sprite Dragon at the top end here, we have 4 copies of Wee Dragonauts. For 1 blue and red, you get a 1/3 flyer. Whenever you cast an instant or a sorcery, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn. And so just trying to get a couple of these guys down with some of our other creatures, and then just swing through with some evasion, and just attack for a bunch of damage out of nowhere, and just close out the game very, very quickly. Let's get the Sky Theater Strix. It's a 1/2 flyer for 2 mana. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it gets +1/+0 till end of turn. So not as good as the Dragonauts, but it's still decent here. And of course, we also have the Pteramander. It's a 1/1 for 1. However, with all of those instant and sorcery spells we're casting, filling up our graveyard with, we can adapt this and make this a 5/5 flyer. So just kind of a nice beatdown option if it comes to that as well. And so the way we're going to be triggering all those, of course, we need 4 copies of Opt. And for some interaction, especially against bigger creatures, we've got a 4 Unsummon. And the nice thing about Unsummon is it can also be used kind of defensively. So if your opponent has some removal, you can just bounce your own creature to protect it. It's got 4 Infuriates as another way to kind of trigger all that damage, and to just close out games by giving your creatures +3/+2, in addition to any +1 or +2 or whatever boost that they get on their own. And of course 4 Shocks, because in Artisan format there should be a lot of smaller creatures, or we can just go face and just use Shocks to kind of close out the game that way. A couple copies of Keep Safe here to protect our creatures from spot removal. Since fortunately in Artisan format there's no sweepers, we just have to route some spot control, so Keep Safe, just a couple copies here to kind of protect our creatures, especially like a Sprite Dragon with a bunch of counters on it. Rather not unsummon it if we can cast Keep Safe and then draw a card at the same time. That's just a beautiful way to kind of keep going. Same thing here with Fire Prophecy, doing 3 damage to any of those creatures on our opponent's side, and then potentially trade a land that might be stuck in our hand that we don't need for another card. And so that's pretty much the deck. We are running 22 lands because we are a little bit hungry, especially with like our 3 drops, and then being able to cast spells on top of that, or chain spells together. So we got 8 islands, 8 mountain, 2 Izzet Guildgates, and of course 4 Swiftwater Cliffs. I think 4 of the dual lands is not enough, and I think 8 is too many, so I think 6 total is the way to go. Just kind of have just the right amount of fixing. So obviously this is for the Artisan event, which isn't out just yet, but we can still jump into some best of 1, just to kind of get a little bit of a feel for how it works, because of the matchmaking algorithm generally pits you against similarly power level decks. Up against Marco. Okay, so we have our Sprite Dragon and some Dragonauts, so it seems pretty solid. So we'll start hasting down on 2, and then play at least one of these Dragonauts here on 3, and then kind of see where we're at spell-wise. Okay, there we go, got a shock. Oops. There we go, hit for 1. Our opponent with the Sultai land, no, Teamer land, okay. So obviously these rare lands won't be around in the format. Okay, Scorch Splitter. It is tempting here to play some spells, but I think I'd rather get a creature down and just beat down that way. And maybe we'll just save the Dragonauts as kind of a backup. But these 2 creatures alone just might be enough to win this game here over a couple turns, if we can chain together some spells. So they're going to probably get to mutate here, although they're a little red heavy right now. So we'll see what their play is here with the egg. Okay, they're going to get a land. That's fine. I get a counter, so they can attack for what, 6 here. 4 plus Spitter gets a trigger. Although with my 1/3, they probably don't attack here. So just get in for 4 and drop us down to 17. That's no problem. And we can always unsummon that later on. Get in the island, sure. So we're perfectly happy to race other decks as we can just have these really explosive turns out of nowhere. I'm not sure why they're suiciding their Scorch Spitter, but we'll take it. Another Dragonauts. Well, since they traded there, let's go ahead and do one more, and then we can really start doing some crazy stuff with all these. And we have the perfect mana set up to do just that. So we'll see what we draw here, and we can go off pretty hard next turn. I don't think these decks usually run flyers. They could have Gem Razor or something like that that has reach. Or what's that? Well, that Spider also has a mutate as well, but doesn't see a whole lot of play. Okay, so they do have the Heron. They're going to draw some cards, get some more land, but we can just unsummon that. And yeah, if they want to attack in, either way, that's fine. But we're going to slow them down quite a bit just with this unsummon. And we're perfectly happy to race, so that's fine. Nope, they're just going to hold it back on defense. Respecting the prowess? Nope. Alright, an op is fine too. Let's just go ahead and bounce. Infuriate, doesn't matter. We're up to 10, 16. Oh, that's already lethal. Boom. Just how explosive those cards are. Love it, love it, love it. Wee Dragonauts is definitely a personal favorite, but it's hard to really play it because 3 mana. It's a little slow for most constructed formats, and it seems like it always is a magnet for removal as well. But if you can get to stick, and you can see just how explosive it can be. And the Artisan format should be obviously there's still lots of good removal, but I think most decks, there's gonna be a lot of decks I should say, that will just be like trying to do their own thing. So we just have the one creature, but Dorat is kind of a house unto itself, so we will keep. And we do have some good removal here as well. We keep drawing lands. We can Fire Prophecy and get rid of one of those and draw into something else. So that's beautiful to be able to draw and kill something at the same time. Otherwise, we can just pump up our Dorat a ton. Okay, showing Selesnya so far. Definitely would like a second creature here, although it's possible to chain a bunch of spells together and just kill them here over a couple turns, but we'll see. Also need to worry of things like Glass Casket or Banishing Light. And they could run in their own flyers as well, like Healer's Hawk or something like that. Okay, still no play from them. Let's draw first, see if we can find maybe another Sprite Dragon or some other creature. Don't need another land. Just an Unsummon. Okay. Let's fire one of these off. We'll just hold open Unsummon to see what they do. Okay, banned. Obviously, Teferi would be pretty annoying, but you don't have to worry about Teferi in the Artisan event at least. Also could be Euro, but the same thing. You don't have to worry about Euro in the Artisan event either. We're just going to draw some cards. People use that card a lot. I don't know. Obviously, the Flyers list like to run it, but then even in these other sort of spell-based decks, it's like they just run it as a card draw spell, which is, I guess, something. Let's go and fire this off again, and just hold open the removal here. And we can potentially kill them next turn. Sprite Dragon alone is just a house. Let's say they go to remove it, we'll just unsummon to protect it, but that's kind of a last-ditch effort because we do have all these beautiful counters on it. Just why I run a couple copies of Keep Safe. So I drew too many cards and had to discard a Dawn of Hope. just going to cycle. Okay, so it looks like they're pretty much dead. Keep cycling, sure. I do need to draw something here, though. Keep safe is okay. Alright, shock would have been pretty sweet, but give them one more turn. We do have the protection spell now. And the removal as well, so we're in pretty commanding spot. So they're just a Bant cycling deck, or maybe multiple colors. Maybe they actually have black in their deck somewhere. 1/1 Vigilance, sure. Just want to hold up this keep safe. Yep. Alright, so not much doing from our opponent. Kind of a slow start with their cycling, running, what, 70 cards or whatever. Let's jump into one more. It's just the power of Sprite Dragon with things like Infuriate pumping it up. As well, can just close out games over just a couple of turns. We were one spell away from winning that last turn, and we were about to win right there with protection and removal. So even though we are creature light, those creatures can carry you to victory very, very quickly. Alright, so we got kind of a similar thing going on here with the Dorat and Infuriate. So hopefully our opponent doesn't have a ton of early removal, and we can just ride the Sprite Dragon to the house. Okay, of course we're up against Watery Grave. So this be a nasty control player. No land for turn 2. Okay. No 1-mana instance. They kept a 1 land hand. Night Veil. Okay, so obviously we'll want to keep open the keep safe now at this point. But we do have room to at least play 1 Infuriate and just punch through for some damage. Now we just hold open keep safe. So any Tyrant Scorns, Heartless Axe. Heartless Axe doesn't even kill it because it has counters. Alright. Not much of a game there. Our opponent's kept a 1 land hand. That's never really advisable unless you have to mulligan too far. Obviously, hexproof can be pretty powerful in the Artisan style events as well. Of course, your options are pretty limited there. Okay, so here we got the Pteramander and Dragonauts. So yeah, we'll get the Pteramander going here immediately, and then hold open Fire Prophecy for some removal. And if we don't use it, we'll probably just opt. Turn 1 flyer. Tap land, perfect. The other kind of downside with the Dragonauts is you often have to tap out for it with 3 mana, but that's alright. And cast Opt. Yeah, Unsummon should come in handy against this Boros aggro list. Ooh, Dorat's good too. It's a nice follow-up here on next turn. We'll just attack in with our Pteramander, and then next turn we have the Dorat plus Opt or Unsummon, or potentially Fire Prophecy if we hit a land. Untap land, of course. But if they're just going to go all in on their creatures, and that is perfectly fine. They can't block, but they're going to choose not to attack. Oh, we don't have that open. Just attack in. Let's get the shock off anyways, just to get these triggers going. So they can gain some life off of Heliod. We are missing blue for the Unsummon, but we have the open next turn now. Okay, so we're going to gain 2 life, sure. Okay, Unsummon. Alright, let's just fire it off now. hitting for 7. Alright, and if they just Challenger, then we got the Fire Prophecy to burn it, as it just comes back down as a 2/3. Alright guys, I think that's a pretty good display of how the deck can operate. Definitely I love this kind of a Prowess style deck. So yeah, if you're looking for something that hits fast and hits hard, this is the one for you. If you think there's any changes should be made, just let me know. And of course, if you decide to run it for the FNM event, let me know how it goes for you. Alright, thanks for watching guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.